Felix Trinidad, Oscar De La Hoya, Manny Pacquiao, Dmitry Bivol, Artur Beterbiev, Bernard Hopkins, Floyd Mayweather. Damn, you don't think none of them?
Sugar Ray Leonard's latest breakdown is sending shockwaves through the sport, as he's been vocal and direct that Terence Crawford has the tools to completely dismantle Canelo Alvarez. He sees the fight as a masterclass waiting to happen, not just a fantasy matchup. This isn't just an opinion, it's a tactical blueprint, and Leonard is ready to break down how skill truly conquers power. Saul Canelo Alvarez, a man who once shared the ring with the undefeated Floyd Mayweather, just claimed that his upcoming opponent, Terence "Bud" Crawford, isn't just good, he's better than Mayweather. This explosive comment sent shockwaves through the sport, reaching the ears of a man who knows more about greatness than almost anyone alive. Sugar Ray Leonard was asked what he thought about Canelo's stunning assessment. His response was simple, calm, and cut right through the noise. With a slight shake of his head, Leonard delivered a 5-word reality check that has become the defining take on this debate. Hey, they've got to prove that. It wasn't a dismissal, but a challenge. Leonard understands that greatness isn't determined by pre-fight praise or bold predictions. It's earned. Leonard's skepticism carries the weight of history because he's seen this story before.
What do you make of Crawford, Canelo saying Crawford's better than Floyd?
Hey, they gotta prove that.
We're about to witness a modern-day sequel to the unforgettable 1987 showdown between marvelous Marvin Hagler and Sugar Ray Leonard. At its heart, that fight was a clash of complete opposites. Hagler was the bigger, stronger man, the undisputed middleweight king who ruled with an iron fist. Leonard was the smaller, quicker technician, a welterweight coming out of a long retirement to dare greatness by moving up in weight. Everyone thought he was crazy. To win, Leonard knew he couldn't overpower Hagler. Instead, he used masterful movement, precise timing, and a brilliant strategy to frustrate the champion and steal rounds. Now, decades later, the dynamic is strikingly similar. Canelo, like Hagler, is the naturally bigger man. He's the reigning super middleweight king, a powerhouse who breaks opponents down with relentless pressure and brutal body shots. Fighters who stand still in front of him are systematically dismantled. And then you have Terence Crawford, who mirrors Leonard's approach perfectly. He's smaller but widely considered the most intelligent and adaptable boxer of his generation. An undefeated, undisputed champion himself, Crawford can switch stances effortlessly, control distance, and make adjustments on the fly like a grandmaster playing chess. Just like Leonard stepped up to face Hagler, Crawford is daring to challenge a physically superior champion in a higher weight class. When asked about the age-old question of whether size or speed is more important, Sugar Ray Leonard doesn't hesitate. To him, the answer is always speed. He knows from experience that the smaller man has a path to victory, but it requires a perfect game plan.
Size or speed? Well, what usually wins in fights? Because that's what they're saying the tale of Canelo Crawford is.
Speed. I like speed.
Speed.
Speed, yeah.
Sugar, as a fighter yourself who's moved up in weight, what were like questions that you were trying to answer for yourself in the ring, kind of against the bigger guy?
What's my waist? My waist size. Yeah. 32, 42. Yeah. You don't get that, do you? You don't understand what I'm trying to say. It's what you feel. It's a feeling.
Speaking on the challenge Crawford faces moving up in weight, Leonard's message was filled with a wisdom only he could possess. He said, I mean, that's true. But you know what? There's always a way. There's always a way to win. That way is to use speed as a weapon. Crawford can't afford to engage in a war of attrition with Canelo. He'll need to use constant lateral movement, create angles, and fire off sharp, precise counters, just as Leonard did against Hagler. The goal isn't to knock Canelo out, but to outthink him, to frustrate him, to make him miss and make him pay, racking up points round after round. It's a dangerous dance, a tightrope walk for 12 rounds where one mistake could mean disaster. But Leonard is living proof that it can be done. However, Canelo Alvarez is a far more calculated fighter than Hagler was, and he's been preparing his entire career to neutralize fighters just like Crawford.
You know, what about Crawford do you think can bridge the weight gap? Or like with you, what did bridge the weight gap? Because a lot of people are just saying, hey, Canelo's just too big for someone like Terrence.
I mean, that's true, but you know what? There's always a way. Put it that, there's always a way. There's always a way to win.
Canelo's game plan will be simple and brutal. Cut off the ring and impose his size. He won't chase Crawford wildly. Instead, he'll use intelligent pressure, methodically closing the distance while keeping a tight, high guard to block incoming shots. His primary weapon won't just be the power punches to the head, it will be a relentless assault on Crawford's body. Just as Hagler tried to trap Leonard, Canelo will aim to limit Crawford's movement, forcing him into exchanges where his size and power advantage can take over. We've seen him do it before. Fighters like Caleb Plant and Billy Joe Saunders, both skilled boxers, were eventually worn down and broken by Canelo's suffocating pressure and body work. He will seek to turn the fight from a boxing match into a street fight, slowing Crawford down and taking away his greatest asset, his legs. This fascinating clash of styles, Crawford's speed and intelligence against Canelo's power and pressure, is what makes this fight so compelling. For both men, this fight is the ultimate prize. It's a chance to etch their names into the history books forever. For Canelo Alvarez, a victory would be another monumental achievement in an already legendary career. Defeating an undefeated pound-for-pound great like Terrence Crawford would further cement his claim as one of the greatest fighters of his generation, leaving no doubt about his dominance. But for Terrence Crawford, this is something more. A win would be historic, almost his biggest accomplishment. He would become the first fighter in history to be undisputed at 140 pounds, then 147, and then move up to 168 to defeat a modern legend. It would be a feat so daring that it would instantly place him in the pantheon of the all-time greats, alongside legends like Sugar Ray Leonard himself. With so much on the line, it's no wonder the psychological warfare has already begun. So why did Canelo really say that Crawford is better than Mayweather? Was it a moment of genuine, unfiltered honesty? Perhaps. He is, after all, praising his opponent, which only serves to heighten the anticipation for their mega fight, but it's more likely a calculated move. There's also a fascinating irony at play. The only way Canelo could truly prove his own statement correct is by losing to Crawford, which is certainly not his intention.
Crawford is a hell of a fighter. You know, if it goes the distance, he might be able to get that decision win. But I think if there's a knockout, then it might be Canelo who's getting the knockout win.
Crawford all the way. Hey, listen, it's going to be a good fight, though. I feel like he has what it takes to bring the upset. I really do. Granted, the size is a big issue.
From the last 3 fights, I believe Crawford wins.
I like Crawford, but I gotta go with my mi gallo is Canelo. So I gotta rock with Canelo. I think the size makes a difference.
Canelo, but you gotta take your head off to Terrence Crawford for just moving up multiple weight divisions.
I have Canelo winning, more comfortable at 168. Crawford's a great fighter, but I think the weight problem might be a big problem.
It's a tangled web of psychological warfare, designed to keep Crawford guessing and to control the narrative leading up to the fight.
Like Crawford, or may use the same game plan?
I don't know. I don't really know. But, you know, I put that fight in other place right now. I think Crawford is a little better than Mayweather. But Canelo have more experience right now. No.
Canelo fanboys, please explain to me how Terrence Crawford is actually better than Floyd Mayweather. If Crawford ain't fought not one elite fighter, and Mayweather's beat the most world champions in the history of the sport of boxing, someone please explain to me how Terrence Crawford is actually better than Floyd Mayweather.
In the end, this incredible matchup boils down to a timeless question. Will history repeat itself? Will we see the smaller, faster, more technically gifted fighter pull off a masterful upset, just as Sugar Ray Leonard did against Marvin Hagler all those years ago? Or will the bigger, stronger champion impose his will, proving that some mountains are just too high to climb? The parallels are undeniable, the stakes are monumental, and the opinions are divided. But perhaps the best perspective comes from the man who has been there and done it. Sugar Ray Leonard's final take on the super fight is that it all comes down to the intangible. When asked who will win, he simply said, "Whoever wants to win will win." It's about heart, desire, and the will of a champion. It's a reminder that in a fight this big, the outcome isn't decided by size or speed alone, but by the warrior who is willing to prove it.
Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford, remind me if I'm wrong, but you moved up insane amounts of weight to fight Lanny Dadone and you pulled it off.
Yeah.
How were you able to do it, and what, if Crawford's listening to this or Canelo's listening, what do you tell them about their fight?
Whoever wants to win will win. You know what I mean? I'm not being funny. Whoever wants to win will win.
The will overcomes everything. That's how you do it. I appreciate you, Gracie, you so much, and keep doing the good work.
So that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comment section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.